I'm Dwayne.
Hi, I'm Kirk. Today we're going to talk about lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is the as-is contract, which is really not as-is. This is part of our 60 lessons that we've learned over 60 years.
Correct. So the as-is contract really is an as-is, meaning that a lot of times whenever the seller signs an as-is contract, they think that the buyer's just completely obligated to take it in its current condition, but that's not the case.
We've got issues where they've done an inspection and they've come back, the inspector said the air conditioning is on its last leg. The roof won't pass inspection because it won't last more than 5 years, which means you can't get insurance. Those are the two big ones that you end up renegotiating on the as-is contract.
Which would be valid for a renegotiation. Then you have some items which we just call like a honey-do list, from window springs to GFI outlets.
So light bulbs burned out. If the light bulb's burned out, the inspector will typically say the light doesn't work. It is a light bulb.
Right.
It could be a fire alarm that's missing a battery. They say it's not working. It needs a 9-volt battery. That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, the lesson there is making sure that you're using an inspector that just doesn't like to hear himself talk.
Correct.
Right? That just likes to write everything up and then give a list that overwhelms the buyer. Then they give the seller a list, which everybody's trying to work together, and it's
except for the inspector. The inspector's job is to find problems. Our job is to be able to mitigate these issues that the inspector comes up with. Are they really issues or are they not? Like Dwayne said, are they a honey-do list or are they not?
Yeah, so the lesson here is to manage everyone's expectations. When you're working with a seller, make sure that they fill out the disclosure as accurately reflecting the property's condition, so that the buyer, when they're making their offer, they've already taken into consideration that maybe the pool heater doesn't work because those items are already disclosed. So after inspections, they're not trying to renegotiate things that were already disclosed. And then on the flip side would be manage the buyer's expectations as well.
Correct. Yeah, and with that, you've got about 10 days that you've got a real, I don't know what you call it,
free look.
Free look. It's a free look. Yeah, it's a time that we do our best to manage expectations. After the free look is done, our goal is at that point to get the transaction closed.
So what we really like to call the as-is contract is a no obligation contract, meaning that the buyer has no obligation to move forward and the seller has no obligation to fix anything,
yeah.
Anything that the buyer doesn't, or anything they don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to negotiate it out.
So hopefully that gives everyone a better understanding of what the as-is contract really means.
Thank you for joining us. Next week we're going to talk lesson 5, how Tiffany's versus Walmart and where that fits into real estate. Join us next week.